show now, press 1 to hear important instructions.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
Nobody take no cornbread from me.
Testing 1, 2. I can't hear a thing, guys. Testing 1, 2. I can't hear a thing, guys. Something's not right, but it sounds like you guys heard me. So, Testing 1, 2. I can't hear a thing, guys. All right, I'm just gonna go on faith, man. Hey, Facebook. Hey, YouTube. Let's see what we're doing here. I don't know why I did that. I have no idea. When you try to make it happen anyway, because that's what you're supposed to do. Put this off of there, that off of here. Let's go. I can't even see the shoe. All right. Well, I see this. I guess we'll go with that. Wow. Okay. Hey, people. How you doing? My name is Tim Black. I'm assuming everything's okay. Looks a little... All right. Can you hear the show? Can you hear this thing? Can you hear the mic? Can you hear? I hope you can. I guess I can check it. They can see you too. Now it has a picture. Now we can see you. That's great. All right. Mixer went out last show. And I had guests lined up. It's been crazy. Welcome back, Wolfpack. My name is Tim Black. If you're new to the show, I'm the host of the Tim Black Show. This is the show, okay? That's what you get. Hey, you cut it on. It's a brother over here talking. I got a phone caller in here. Let's see if the phone caller can hear the show. I want to know now. Like, I don't want to wait till later to find out people couldn't hear. There's an 831 number in the queue. I'm going to pull him in now and see what's up. 831. I'm going to you now. 831, can you hear me?
No way. Am I on?
Yeah, 831, I guess you can hear me. You can hear me.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, let me cut you. Yeah, I hear you. They say,
yeah.
I have a brand new mixer. They said you're a little low, so I'm trying to amplify you a little
How
bit.
You doing?
I'm good, brother. How are you? Are you listening through the phone or are you listening through your device?
I'm all right, hanging out.
Are you listening through the phone or through the device or through your device that you're watching?
I can't hear you on the phone, but I can on the TV.
Yeah, that's not good. Okay, brother. Hang tight, brother. Thank you for the information. That's when things are not good. Yeah, he can't hear me on the phone. All right, guys. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, guys, the caller can't hear on the phone. I don't know. That's gonna be hard because tonight, especially tonight is the hold tight. Okay. That's really tough tonight because tonight is pretty horrible news. It's really bad news, and it's not the type of news that you want to have where you can't have a conversation with your callers, because people are definitely going to want to speak about the death of Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg and the ramifications of the death and what she meant to causes in this country, particularly marriage equality, how she kept the balance in the Supreme Court. Like, this is all like worst case scenario. Not that people didn't see it coming. We knew it was coming, and the failing of health is, a very fragile thing, and we saw that. But the fact that it happened, and the thing that's really teeing me off is immediately at her passing. I mean, the news hadn't even traveled around the globe yet. Brian Crosby, friend of the show, viewer of the show, sent me a link about Mitch McConnell already talking about her replacement. I mean, like, already talking about replacing her. And her last wish, or one of her last wishes, I will not be replaced until a new president is installed. Of course, Mitch McConnell and the Republicans want to push it to do it now, which would securely, definitely put the rulings in the conservative lane for the foreseeable future. So this is a big deal, folks. I don't even think that I can fully express how big a deal it is that for conservatives, for them to take advantage of this, where it puts more liberal folks at in the country. And the thing that really made me wince, and I feel bad about it. I feel bad about this. But I got to be 100% honest, and our relationship is built on honesty, so I got to tell you. The moment that I saw that she passed, in fact, someone DM'd me, a Patreon, a member of the Wolfpack DM'd me, messaged me and said, asking me another question, and then said, that lady on the Supreme Court passed away, man. And I knew exactly who they were talking about when they said it. And I was like, oh, my God. The first thing that went through my head was, they're going to blame us. They're going to tell us how, oh, my God, see, if you just would have let us get in Hillary. It just starts the conversation all over again, where there is no blame to the Democratic Party, no responsibility taken at all. They do a neo bullet dodge for all things that are responsibility related when it comes to their elections, when it comes to who they choose as their nominee. You choose the nominee they made it very clear to us, they choose the nominee for their party. They made it very crystal clear in a court of law. They said, this is our party, we choose who we want. And I cry if I want to, cry if I, that's what they said. It's my life and I do what I want to. Okay. They chose Hillary Clinton. She lost. She lost. As if this was the only time Russia tried to interfere. As if this was the only time China tried to interfere. And since there's been computers, other countries have tried to meddle in our elections similarly to the way we meddle in other elections. We go further than other countries go. We actually overthrow countries. But be that as it may. And I know it's wrong, man. I know it's wrong. But the first thought I had in my head, first thing that popped up, was not, oh my God, this poor lady. This sister is gone. That wasn't the first thing, and that's wrong. That's wrong that our politics, it's not that I'm a bad person, it's just that I'm in self-preservation mode. And not just for myself, for all people who think progressively, all liberal-minded people, all people, forward-thinking people, all people who are willing or who want, not talk about change, but actual change. Who wasn't happy with Hillary, who's not happy with Biden, wasn't my first choice, second choice, or third choice. You know what I'm saying? So, but I feel bad because our politics is so rotten that I know for days, maybe weeks, I'm going to have to hear See, if you just would have held your nose and voted for Hillary. No responsibility to put forth the candidate that made it so that you would not have to hold your nose, put up all types of deodorizers and vomit bags. Would not have to force yourself. So we already know what the tenor is going to be for the next couple of days, guys. So just go ahead and get prepared. Go ahead and get prepared because you know that's what's going to happen. It's your fault. It's your fault. Chief Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed away. It's your fault that the Republicans are about to seize an opportunity because they have no goal. They have no off-valve. They have no coof. They have no respect. There's no give in play, no kid in play. There's none of that. It's just get it done. Do what they need to do to win. You know, sort of like the way the Democrats treat progressives. Or the Democratic Party, I should say. The elites treat progressives or any insurgency. I heard they drop-kicked the Green Party off the Wisconsin ballot, so that's always nice. But back to Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Let me just say this, man. My condolences to her family and friends and all those who knew her personally, as we do with all passings of all people. I even said that about Herman Cain. So we always want to express that condolences. This is a cost that you pay, right? This is the cost that you pay when you run bad candidates. When your party, which you make it very clear is your party, chooses unfavorable, unpalatable candidates, and then you put in situations like this. And it's also the result of what happens when you have an opportunity to not take the high road, but to get the shit done that needs to be done when it's your turn. To not be so nice. Maybe we'll learn that being so nice isn't the way to be. Maybe being so nice is not always the right choice. Maybe because others aren't always so nice to you. Maybe we need to do what moral authority says we should do, which is to shore up. Now, there's an old saying, I don't know, I forget where it derived from. I think a couple of different coaches have tried to claim it. But it goes a little something like this. Trust in God, but tie your horse anyway. Yeah. So the Democratic Party should have tied their horse. Yeah, I think God's looking over us, but maybe we should put some food away for the winter. Yeah, I think God's looking over us, but maybe we should tie a camel because thieves come through. That's what Obama should have been thinking. Trust in Allah, but tie your camel anyway. But they didn't tie their camel. They didn't tie their horse. They didn't lock the car doors. And then, here we go. Well, you know, they weren't going to let, the Republicans got in the way. They wouldn't confirm that. What was that guy that Obama put up? We wouldn't confirm him. I forget his name. It escapes me. Someone knows. What was his name? Yeah, get the trolls out of here. Get the trolls out of here. I know they'll make new accounts. They're horrible. But get them out. I noticed they've been horrible too. Is that Survivor Murray? Survivor Murray, are they being the trolls being hard? I want to give a big shout out to everybody who supports this channel and who aren't trolling. Actual viewers of the shows who aren't pathetic losers who troll. Thank you so much. But back to the story. Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg died on Friday of complications of metastatic pancreas cancer. Our nation has lost a jurist of historic stature. Chief Justice John G. Roberts Jr. said in a statement, "We at the Supreme Court have lost a cherished colleague, Today we mourn, but with confidence that future generations will remember Ruth Bader Ginsburg as we knew her as a tireless and resolute champion of justice. Yeah. The development will give Donald Trump the opportunity to name her successor, and it won't be so nice. Obviously, it'll be a conservative. He won't be thinking, oh, we need balance. We need balance. Like Obama, we need balance. Our forefathers would have. I'm trying to tell you, the world was one way, and then Trump came, and now it's another way. It may never go back. I don't think it ever go back. It can't go back. Once things change, it don't go back the same. It won't go back the same. Trump has promised to try and fill the vacancy even in the waning days of his term. The confirmation battle in the middle of the pandemic and the presidential election is sure to be titanic. That's what we're looking at, y'all. As if we weren't already aboard a Titanic. What we've been going through has not been enough drama for you. In case you were able to sleep through this, whatever this is, recession, depression, obsession, this pandemic, or, just the flu. Just didn't want you to panic thinking we had a pandemic going on. Highly contagious virus. I don't want you to think that. Just think it's a little flu. Drink a little bleach, get rid of it, clean it right up. Get you one of those erasers with the Mr. Clean Eraser, just erase it, erase that virus out of you. Come on, Trumpies. Now, Trump has already appointed 2 members of the Supreme Court justices, Neil Gorsuch and Brett Kavanaugh. I really love Beers. I love Beers, that guy. Moving the court slightly to the right, the replacement of Justice Ginsburg, the leader of the court's 4-member liberal wing, could transform the court into a profoundly conservative institution, one in which Republican appointees will outnumber Democratic ones 6-3. It's already lopsided. 5-4, now 6-3. They could run roughshod over all. In 2016, Republicans refused to consider Barack Obama's nomination of Judge Merrick Garland, saying that holding hearings in the last year of a president's term would deprive voters of a role in the process. I used to make dumb choices like this. I remember when I was 13 years old, I got into a fight with a kid. I was in Washington, D.C. I was at my cousin's house. I was actually 12, about to turn 13. And this big kid picked a fight with me. He was a big kid. He was better. When you 12 and you fighting a 14-year-old, it's like night and day. Somebody knows moves and somebody don't. You know what I'm saying? Somebody just learned to ball their fist up right and put their thumb on the outside. The other guy knows what a jab is, an overhand right. So anyway, I'm fighting this guy because I had no choice. I didn't want to. It's either that or get beat up more. And he was winning. He was jabbing me. I was jabbing, trying to punch. And my cousin gave me this big-ass rock. It was a huge rock and said, hit him with it. Hit him with the rock, Tim. Bernard, if you watching, man, you remember that day, don't you, Bernard? Bernard gave me the rock and said, hit him. Him was Maxie. That bastard. And I wouldn't hit him with the rock. I should have hit him with the rock. He hit me with his fist, and it hurt. He said, hit him with the rock. I said, he's beat me with his hands. I want to beat him with my hands. And the whole crowd, everybody looked at me. They stopped cheering, and they all looked at me. They gave me the head nod. One of the guys said, I respect you. One of the girls winked. And I felt right with the world, man. I was like, yeah. I'm doing the right thing. Even Maxie, for a brief moment, he looked at me like he felt ashamed of himself, beating up a 12-year-old. Spent most of his time in Maryland. Didn't know the Southeast how things roll. Wasn't too, smooth with the punching skills. He looked bad, like he really felt like he was reluctant. Then his eyes shifted. And all of a sudden he cracked me across my grill. Knocked my tooth, felt like my tooth was loose, man. He beat my ass. Now, the moral of the story is when I had that rock, I should have used that rock. In fact, I was looking for the rock then. Now I'm getting hit. Now I'm looking for the rock. Damn, I should have used that rock. That, folks, is the Democratic Party when it comes to appointing justices. Democrats are so worried about doing the right thing, seeming right, political correctness, I don't know. Meanwhile, the Republicans are like Maxie. They just want to win. And they are. But you lost like a man. I wasn't a man, I was 12 years old. Mitch McConnell of Kentucky, the majority leader, led the effort to block Judge Garland's nomination, but he has said he will press to fill any vacancy that might arise in the last year of Mr. Trump's first term. See, they don't care about being nice. Now, I know it sounds the same thing. I know he said, the Democrats shouldn't appoint a Chief Justice in the last year. I know that's what they said. I know he said it out of his mouth. I know it's on record. And I know it seems hypocritical now that when Donald Trump only has a couple months to go in his first term and may not be reelected for a second term, I know it seems hypocritical that he would even consider trying to appoint a Chief Justice in just 3 months on his way out the door, potentially. But Mr. McConnell said, and his allies say the two situations are different. Yeah, if you would think he sounds like a hypocrite and a piece of dog shit, that's because you aren't listening. This is a different situation. Where one party controls the Senate, the other the presidency, as in 2016, they say vacancies should not be filled in the presidential election year. Where the same party controls both the Senate and the presidency, they agree. Confirmations may proceed. Now, Democrats say this is hair splitting and it's hypocrisy that damages the legitimacy of the court, but they may have little practical power to stop a Trump nominee after changes in Senate rulings on filibusters on nominations. All it takes now is a majority vote to confirm a judicial nominee. Justice Ginsburg held in there for a long time. She's a tough sister. I don't care who you are, she's a tough lady. Okay? Beat cancer. 87 years young. Tough. 100 pounds, all that fight in her. They called her the notorious RBG because she was known for scathing summations and rulings. Right after notorious B.I.G., RBG. This is bad, guys. It's horrible. Now, I'm not exactly sure why there's no signal going back out to the internet where people can hear hear the calls because I would really love to bring in the callers. I detest when people can't hear the show or when people can't hear the phones. I pay for this phone line, but now every time I turn around, we have a new problem. Not only do we have phone lines, the mixer went out. Isn't that something? I just said it must be defective. I don't want to switch to tenors. Just said I don't want to talk all night. I want to have other voices express their opinions. It's tough, guys. It's tough. Uh, Oxen. I don't know. Man. I guess I can try to let people talk. It's going to be very frustrating for them and frustrating for me. Frustrating for all those involved. I don't look forward to it. So maybe I'll read super chats. This is difficult, guys. It's difficult. I don't have much else to say about it. What else can be said? It's not a good situation at all. I'll try to bring in calls and just let people speak their comments on the situation. Most people, the timing will be horrible. I don't know enough about the mixer to hook it up in short order, but I will try. Merrick Garland, guys. Merrick Garland. Merrick Garland. Yeah, should have got that done. Dimitri says we are screwed, and he didn't use those words. 760. You are live. Sorry that you can't hear me on the phone, but you're live if you got a comment.
Oh, I'm unmuted. Hey, man. What's up? This is Adam.
Okay, what's your comment, Adam?
Yeah, I can figure it out. It's like the phone game or banana game. I'm like done with the easy labels that are made to only be accessible for divide and conquer, which was their original intention. Robespierre made the left and the right because he's making a kill list for the guillotine. Like the Chinese ancient cities, they have the north, south, east, and west, and their breakup of politics is basically a design for governance. The left would be what we consider PMC. The right would be strictly military affairs, PMC being all bureaucrats. And then the north isn't like authoritarians, but actually the monarchist powers in our country, like the president, the central bank, and the unity between those two in central policy as well as with Congress. And then all the rest, especially what people talk true left, is really like peasant affairs. And when like it's about peasants, pretty easy to tell because like we don't have the power, so we know who we are. Because if you had the power, you already know what to do. Like I would like to see a third party for neoliberalism, and we need a third party for neoliberalism because really the peasants can't do anything, and our problem is know-nothings, and know-nothings can exist because they don't have to wear the badge of neoliberalism, neocons, and so they can play the polarchy on both parties to always get their policies. But like if we did like a Wayne's World sort of situation where we actually made a third party for neoliberals, for especially those people in power who are senators, to actually put on to become a third party, then they would take the weaknesses of the third party that would always hinder us as a third party. Because if we can get our enemies to join a third party, we can at least try to suck the vampires out of the Republicans and Democratic Party, because I know
Okay, man. Thank you.
politicians who actually do agree with neoliberalism.
All right.
They just
All
don't
right.
like to
All right.
block
All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you for the comment. Thank you for the comment. What is he talking about, guy? I don't. Adam, what are you talking about, man? Making neoliberals run a third party. They have a party. It's called the Democratic Party. What are you talking about? What is? Am I tripping? Jesus Christ, guys. Dude, they have a party. It's called the Democratic Party. I hope you were being sarcastic. I guess you were. I don't know, man. 303, you're live on Freedom Friday. What's your comment?
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello?
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio.
Unfortunately,
Goodbye.
the phones aren't going to work. It's not going to work. Yeah, unfortunately, it's going to take time for me to set this mixer up correctly. I don't know what's wrong. Something's probably switched on the wrong switch or something. But I don't know. I'll go to comment section and do that instead, because this is going to be too hard to do. They can't hear me. I can't hear them. It's just horrible. Okay. We need I got to get a tech in here in order to get this stuff squared away. I don't know what's going on, but I will say this. Yeah, I don't know, man. What the hell this guy? What is going on? But sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that, callers on the line. It's just that the phone, the mixer, I thought it was right. It's not right. No way to test it until you do the show, because you're going to use the phone once a day. If I tested it, we wouldn't have the show. That's sort of how that works. And that's some shit. So anyway, back to this. Let's go in the comment section. I got anybody commenting here that anybody donate to make a comment? Because those folks definitely I gotta acknowledge that. That's Worry Pirates. Will this cost Biden the election? I have no idea. Cost him the election. This might give him the election. What are you talking about? You know, people are going to be like, we better get Biden in there. Why would it cost him the election? I think it's the other way. I think you mean, will it cost Trump the election, or will it give Biden the election, right? Am I right, guys? Do you think that's, is that how this is going? All right. I hope you can hear me, guys. Hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Dimitri says, why is the greatest country in the world trying to kill us? That's a good question. Because we're in the way. Kush says, I understand Tim Progressive feels about this election and our choice for president the same way you feel about the mixer. Thank you. See, that's what I need. That's what I need. And it's a brand new mixer. I just haven't. You know how long it took me to get that mixer right, the first one? Oh, my God. Okay, so. Fatima, not on my 2020 bingo or vision board. Wow. Okay, Fatima. You got one of those, right? My New York City girl says, I think it will help Biden. I think it's going to help Biden, too. In fact, you know how it is with the conspiracy theory of the QAnon folks, where everything's against Trump. I'm gonna venture, right? There will be people who say Hillary sent her goons. Wait. That Hillary Clinton sent her goons. I don't even want to say it. You know what I'm thinking, right? I'm not saying I think it. I'm telling you with the QAnon and all these people, what they're going to, I know it. You know, it's because anything that adversely impacts Trump, they come up with a scenario for it. It's always some forces of evil against the lone warrior Donald Trump, who before 2015 was not the lone warrior for the people. All of a sudden, at 70-something, he says, I'm going to fight for the people. All of a sudden. Been a billionaire for a long time, if you ask him. But all of a sudden, in 2015, he says, that's it, I've had enough. I know I've been on this earth 3/4 of a century. Damn near. But all of a sudden, I feel like helping out poor people. It's crazy. Woo! Super chat, who I got? I got Thomas Phantom. DNC calls everyone far left who doesn't toe the line. That's it. It continues monetizing all of society. Johnson's, this is a great idea. You know who else calls all of the left or their opposition far left? Fox News. Yeah, Fox News. I had a caller last week or Tuesday when the mixer went out. Dead set on and convinced. I couldn't tell her anything. Okay? I don't know why she called the show, frankly. I tried to explain to her that you're complaining about Biden and calling him far left. It's kooky. There's only a few Democratic socialists in Congress, and they have no power, Johnson. But if you let Fox tell it and Fox viewers, and she told me, hey, I will listen to all types of news. Now, you can't listen to all types of news if you think that the Democratic Party is far left. What they are is center, and some would say right of center. Some people say left of right. I don't know, weird stuff. But to say that Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and Joe Biden are leftists, far left is crazy talk. But they say it. They say it. What else we got here, guys? We got everybody that saw the comments so far. Facebook, you out there? I know it's frustrating, right? Hope people hear me. Democrat socialists are doing their best for the people. They are. I had an opportunity to have an interview with two Democratic socialists at the same time. Congressman-elect Jamal Bowman, New York 17th District, and protege, veteran and activist, Isaiah James, who ran in the 9th District. Had them both on the show at the same time. I just interviewed them. Beautiful ideas for the people. Fight is for what's right. Fight is for public goods that benefit us all. A just society, a more just society. That's all it sounds like to me. Hell, I saw a clip where Tucker Carlson acted like he was all of a sudden becoming a Democratic socialist. He was, when Dr. Cornel West was, trying to bring him up to speed on what Democratic socialism was and what taking care of one another really looks like. Actually supporting citizens, not just corporations. So this is like a new idea. It's like, wow, what? We can actually give a damn about people too? Not just their employers, hoping that the employers somehow find it in their souls to give them more dollars an hour? Whoa. Somehow are overcome with empathy and decide to make a little less money, give their shareholders a little less profit, and pass it on to workers? What? So anyway. Wow. There's some crazy comments going on. There's a lot of comments going on Facebook. Kyle says Biden is Bush Jr. blue with finger guns. Mikhail E. Tarv said, with Biden drawing out like Gore, did give up quickly. Zara says, nationally, politically, most of our reps are very right-wing conservatives in both parties. Thank you, Zara. Thank you. Thank you for keeping it 100. It's like, if you don't, I tried to tell that lady that. I tried to tell her that's what, but she was like, didn't believe me. Oh, he's lying. Why? I'm not paid by any of these people. They're the ones paid to lie to you. Why are you assuming I'm the liar? You watching people get paid millions of dollars to read from a teleprompter. And the guy that's not paid millions of dollars, you say that's the liar. Somebody has cognitive dissonance, man. I don't got time for this shit. Rahul, QAnon going to have a congresswoman soon. Rahul, man, wow. You know how to kick a man when he's down. But you're right. I know you're right. You're right. They're more mainstream than the far left. She believes in Wookiees. She said Chewbacca stole her car. She believes in Wookiees and emerald stones and that ark that Indiana Jones was trying to find with the faces melted off. I'm trying to tell you guys, like, we are in a... I want to tell you that things are going to be okay, but I'm just not sure if they are. You know? So I'm not going to lie to you. You know what I mean? I'm not going to... Now would be a good time to get your house in order. I mean, you can't stop the snowball. The snowball's a boulder. It's coming through the door. Get out the way. That's all. That's all you can do. Dan Pieta says, ready to eat a bowl. Ready to eat a bowl. Oh, like SNT, Senator Nina Turner. Gosh, like Senator Nina Turner said, you ready to eat that bowl? Ready to knock on doors for Nina Turner? Smart Republicans called Joe Biden a conduit to socialism. And that's politically smart. It is politically smart. It's how you win, right? Hey, that's what they're trying to do, win. And if we were trying to win, we would continue to pressure these bastards and not play so nice with them. When I say we, I mean progressives. I don't mean the Democratic Party. I'm an independent. So I gotta make sure people understand that. Both parties suck, Johnson. Both parties are lousy. Anyone who can't admit both parties are lousy is what? Paid too much money to lie to you. Or they work for one of them and they can't be totally honest. And that doesn't mean every person in both parties is awful. That does not mean that. You know, that's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about the party overall. Okay, the party dynamics, the direction it's going, those type of things. To the elites, the people that run it, where they're taking it. That's what I'm talking about. So I don't mean every person, because I have a lot of respect for a lot of people who it's not their party that makes you a good person or a bad person. You gotta say these things. I know it's horrible, right? But you gotta go through it, because people just broadly paint you with a brush and. Wow. Okay. So both parties are lousy, says Leah. Thank you, Leah. I agree with you as well. Montague Magruder, all of Trump's Montague, my brother. All of Trump's judicial appointments have been fast-tracked and appointed by the Senate, both parties. the next SCOTUS pick will be no different. You know, the Democratic Party is a lot like Urkel. Remember, Urkel would do stupid things, horrible things, like not nothing really horrible, but so it's an evil Urkel. Because Urkel was usually, you know, what he did was inconsequential, you know, silly stuff, right? But whenever he did something stupid, did I do that? Remember that? Did I do that? Anybody got any cheese? Remember that? You millennials probably don't remember that. Or you Gen Zoomers or whatever, right? You probably don't remember that. That's the Democratic Party. Did I vote for that horrible bill? Did I do that? Did I vote for more war? Did I do that? Did I rubber stamp another Trump horrible decision? Did I do that? We need to resist Trump. You ain't resisting him, you're helping him. You've been helping him. Oh, now we need to resist, huh? Oh, now we need to resist. You ain't been resisting all this time. Now let's resist. Let's resist, everybody. You gotta resist. All right. You know, at some point, people need to open their eyes and realize what we're dealing with. And if we're only honest with ourselves, if you're honest with yourself, that's the only time you can actually formulate a game plan that might work, a strategy that's actually doable. But if you continue to operate in no man's land, if you continue to operate in fantasy land, then there will be no true ground gained. See, that's the problem I have. And as long as you accept the propaganda, the lies, the misinformation, the narratives, the false narratives that lead you to a false insecurity, like you actually have a team, like that they're actually fighting for us, that's when we get mixed up. But when we are cognizant that Black lives actually don't matter, when you accept that, that's why I feel bad for these conservative Black folks, sort of like that. Like, I feel bad for them when they like, Black lives matter. We don't need a Black lives matter. Black lives do matter. Then their cousin gets shot, and they be like, whoa, I didn't. Then they forget to wear their Trump hat one day and get caught out there. And they're like, oh my God, I didn't know that I'm Black, but I thought my life mattered. There you all, just up in heaven, just looking down. I thought my life mattered. I thought, But see, it works the same way with politically, where people think, hey, I thought the Democrats had my back. I thought they... But if you start looking at the votes, you'll see. Deeds, not words. Mr. Deeds, Mrs. Deeds, deeds. What did you do? Not what did you say you would do if you could do something and what you imagine would be the right thing to do if things were different and if you had and if the sun shined in the east and set it in the west and if the wind blew with this certain barometer pressure, low pressure, overcast, precipitation was at a certain level. And no. What did you do? Stop giving me excuses. What did you do? Well, you have to understand, given the complexity of the... And you need to understand I'm not voting for your ass. How about you understand that and get off my stoop? Rufus. Corey. Adam. Don't disrespect the Adam. His name just popped up because he just called. It's horrible, guys. Horrible, 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 horrible. Tim, say something to cheer us up. It's Friday. I can't say anything to cheer you up about this. Do you realize Trump has been appointing lifetime appointments of conservative judges all over the country? And I've been saying, hey, This ain't good. And people were like, whoa, what's wrong? Well, you go in front of one of these conservative judges in Alabama, Mississippi, Maryland, Virginia, New Jersey. When you go in front of one of them looking like me, maybe then you'd have a problem. Oh, Tim, that's hyperbolic. There you go, exaggerating. It ain't bad no more. This ain't the 50s. Yo, it's the 2020s and it's still bad, dummy. You just don't realize it because you ain't here. Now, I would love to say something positive about this. In fact, man, this helps Biden, man. This helps Biden. Woo! This helps Biden. First it was Obama that helped Biden, then Ruth Bader Ginsburg helped Biden. Everybody's helping Biden. Couple more comments. Michael Laprado just bought me a coffee. Thank you, Michael Laprado. Survivor Murray just said cool. Well, thank you. You're cool as well, Survivor Murray. Roger Meadow says, you realize how much black peeps would have with... Man, you need to type out whole words, man. You realize how much leverage. Man, like how I'm going to know LEV mean leverage, man? I had to fish for that. Dude, for $5, I can't fish for your... Type your comment out, Roger Meadows. You realize how much leverage black peeps would have with Republicans and Democrats if we did them exit and joined us, registered independent Dems, say, GOP say we got a chance, Johnson. So I get what he's saying. I get what your point is, Roger. I don't know if they would feel if they got leverage in that, but it can't be no worse than what it already is. I had a great conversation today with Professor Dr. Derek Hamilton. Great conversation, amazing conversation about a lot of these issues. And we discussed Kamala, we discussed Biden, we discussed the state of Black America, what's going on with politics, economics. We talked about Ice Cube. He wrote the preface for Ice Cube's contract with Black America. I just want to let you know, that'll be out Sunday. My interview, our conversation is called the Power Hour. Power Hour with Tim Black. My conversation with Dr. Derek Hamilton will be out Sunday. Tomorrow, my interview with Dr. Sandy Darity will be out. He's the professor at Duke University. That'll be out tomorrow. And he also has a new book that he's promoting as well. An amazing book about reparations. It's From Here to Equality with Kirsten Mullins. So great conversations. And of course, yesterday, or today I should say, well, now it's yesterday, I put out the interview with Congressman-elect Jamal Bowman and activist/veteran Isaiah James. So amazing work. I've been grinding, guys. My equipment's jacked up, but I've been working. So back to this. Dave Vale said some socialist got rounded up by the Denver cops for supporting BLM on total BS charges. Go put some change in their GoFundMe if you can. Okay. Post the link to the GoFundMe, and I'll have Sign of the Times. If they post a link to the GoFundMe, could you enable that link so that we can put that GoFundMe up? Thank you for the heads up, Dave L. Listen, guys, I'm not trying to be harsh. I'm just trying to be real with you, and I'm just telling you. We are up against it, and now is the time for us to strike back. And I'm telling you, like Derek Hamilton said, we had 5-10 years, or maybe it was a Sandy Darity, had so many great conversations, 5 to 10 years to get our stuff right, to turn this. And I don't know if we got 5 or 10 years. We may have 5. But we have to get busy now. Like if you're living comfortably If you are. Some people are. Just because some people doing bad don't mean everybody's doing bad. Recognize that. But if you're living comfortably, recognize that maybe you need to get out of your comfort zone and do more than you've ever done, because right now, this is it. You know, this ain't a movie where someone walks around with a sign and says, this is it, man, this is it. That doesn't always happen in real life. The clock strikes a certain number, a black cat runs past you, a weird chill goes through the air, and the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. You don't always get these warnings. Okay? What I'm trying to tell you is, right now, this is it. Right now, this is it. And if you don't want to be roadkill, if you want to be a part of saving this country from its demise, right now, I believe this is it. I'm not telling you that to scare you. I'm telling that to motivate you, immobilize you. That's my job, because I truly believe that. Who would have thought we'd be at a place where we lost almost 200,000 people? Who would have thought that we wouldn't have schools open? Who would have thought we'd had fires, hundreds and hundreds and thousands of acres burnt up, people being evacuated? Who would have thought that would happen? What I'm telling you is, you need to think about the things happening that you never thought about happening before. Now is the time to think about things you would not normally think. Bad things, not good things, bad things happening. And get involved in making sure they don't happen. Instead of going, well, I'm sure it'll be okay. Let me just, Because if we haven't learned anything else about 2020, and 2020 has been a mother, we should have learned that what you don't expect to expect, and just hoping and wishing ain't going to be enough for us. And I just make sure everybody keeping it real. Yeah, and I know that you can go a lot of places and people aren't talking like this. That's because I don't know why they're not talking like this. I don't know what they're talking about. So that it's very fruitful and very profitable to talk about people shining the brass on the Titanic, if that's what the people want to pay attention to. You get what I'm saying? I know, I understand, I get it. Doesn't mean that shit matters at all. What I'm telling you is, we need to be talking about that iceberg, how we going to avoid the iceberg. We got some people talking about the band. Look at the band playing. The band plays so nice. Look, Greta. Look at the band. Look, oh, she's got such a beautiful voice. And look at her gown. We got, people going, ooh, I heard they serving lobster. Heard they got a good lobster bisque. They got a good lobster bisque in the kitchen. And I'm telling you, there is an iceberg outside, and we need to be prepared with that shit. Let's get these lifeboats, man. Let's talk about taking over the galley, taking over the stern, man. That's all I'm saying, and I'm just being 100 with you. Now, if you wanna watch the band, go on Netflix, go to TikTok, do a dance challenge. You can. That's your right. That's your right as a human being to do that. You want to argue if Patty sound better than Gladys? You can, If Will and Jada should split up. If Jada's verse was fire. If Jada Kiss verse was fire. If Big Sean album. If T'Chachi 3-9 or 6-9 or 2-9 or 999 or 666 should even be out. If Joe Budden Should have left Spotify. I mean, you can have these conversations if you want to. You can put all your attention on those things. I'm just saying, I'm just suggesting maybe you shouldn't. I'm just saying, that's what I'm saying. Maybe there'd be another way to go. You know, that's all. I mean, hey, free country, free will. Maybe we should go another way, Johnson. You know? Fatima said TikTok ain't banned. Fatima, somebody throw a plastic brick, a foam brick at Fatima real quick. No, it ain't banned, woman. You deleted it when they said that, when they was talking, right, about China? He ain't do nothing. Trump just talked. He just talked to hear himself talk. He ain't do nothing. He ain't do a damn thing, Fatima. He just talked about what he should do. Actually, he probably got, Kush probably got stock in TikTok. That's why it's a Chinese company. I don't know. Somehow somebody getting paid. I don't know. I believe somebody getting paid. Andy says, in the words of Killer Mike, plot, plan, organize, mobilize, strategize, and capitalize. So again, what's the plan, Johnsons? Go meet with Brian Kemp. Get you some bread, guns, and butter. No, I think definitely. Well, I believe that there are people who mean well and people who are in the fight for the right reasons. Senator Nina Turner suggests that one thing we need to do is form a pact, those in media. So this is me speaking from what I should do. What you should do, maybe we need to put our heads together and think about that. But what we should do is be a better sounding board for voices that we need to amplify to get messages out. Because I firmly believe that most people are not bad people or reluctant to participate. They are uninformed or misinformed people. That's what I believe. That's part of what inspires me and motivates me. And I believe that if we could wake people up, we have a chance. We need more people. I believe we need more people, folks. We need more people. So that's my job, right? That's my calling. That's my contribution to this, right? And where I think I can be most useful. Yes, I probably could run for city council. But I think I'm more useful behind this here microphone, bringing on Dr. Sandy Durrity, bringing on Dr. Hamilton, Derek Hamilton, talking with Congressman-elect Jamal Bowman, amplifying their messages, having the protege, the young brother, veteran and activist Isaiah James on, amplifying his message, bringing in Congressman-elect Cori Bush, bringing in my sister, soon-to-be, hopefully, Senator Paula Jean, Swearingen. Like I feel like that's what I need to be doing, you know. But what do you know? And I encourage everybody to go check out my video with Jamal Bone, because one of the things he said was so pointed. And Isaiah James said it too. I think we all were saying the same thing. You don't necessarily have to run for Congress. You can run for local elections. And you don't even have to run for an office. You can help a candidate. You can volunteer. There's many ways to be involved, Johnson. Many, many ways to be involved. Yeah. Well, folks, I feel like I don't know. I think I've said all I can say about it. If you're just tuning in, Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg dies at 87. The same Senator Mitch McConnell who blocked the appointment of Merrick Garland will no doubt push for Donald Trump in his last 90 days to fast track a Supreme Justice appointment to her seat. Which would give the Republicans and the conservatives a 6-3 advantage. And that's what this conversation is about, and that's why that's so important. Frank Trujillo says, what if we still lose on all fronts, Tim? Fascism is already here. The only alternatives I see are a complete takeover of television or an armed struggle. Well, you know what? You may be right. I have no way to see the future, but I can tell you what Chris Hedges said, and I believe that Chris Hedges' conversation, his statement at the Movement for People's Party was a powerful statement, was a powerful speech. He says you don't fight fascism because you think you'll win. You fight fascism because you know you're right. So I believe that we have to fight this. And what other choice do you have, right? What choice do we have? Okay, guys. Over the weekend, I'm going to be working on a new mixer. We have a brand new mixer. I keep buying stuff, but at some point, I need to pay a person. That's really the issue at this point. Because you can buy stuff, but it working together the way it should is a whole nother thing. And everything just can't be learned on the fly. There's mechanics, there are mechanics, and there are technicians for a reason because they are disciplined in their stuff. So it looks like that's what I'm going to have to do because it's imperative. Now, I can live stream because I have a USB mic. I worked around this. I was able to do my interviews with a USB mic. But in order to do shows with callers, the other system has to talk to the mixer, and the mixer has to talk to the PC, and then everything's got to go back out to the internet to you guys, which is a whole different setup and configuration. I could do my show. It's just to make it interactive. It's difficult unless all these pieces work together. And then we had a new phone line system we need to bring in, and I'm just glad I didn't spend the money yet. I still have the money to buy the hardware for the phone line system, but I need to find someone to install it to make sure everything works, that it will work. So I just like being transparent with everyone and letting them know what's happening. I'm not slacking. I'm working harder than I ever worked. You know, so I just want people to know what's going on with the show because you support this show. This show is supported by viewers, not by corporations, not by organizations, not by parties, but by viewers like yourself, and some of you are those viewers. If you would like to support the show, go to patreon.com, Tim's Take Live. Starting at only $5 a month, become a member of the Tim Black Wolfpack. That helps a lot. Once again, my condolences to the family and friends of those who knew Ruth Bader Ginsburg. My condolences to those who wanted to keep their head in the dirt, to hide from reality of what we're up against, who thought that's someone else's job to take care of this. That's going to take care of itself. It's not going to take care of itself. I'm here to tell you it's not going to take care of itself. I'm sorry. I didn't make it this way. I'm like you. But we must get involved. We have no choice. We must become active and mobilized and participants. It is what it is. Email me with suggestions about all of this stuff. Client care at timblacktv.com. Client care, TimBlackTV.com. Follow Team Black PR, Team Black PR on Twitter if you want updates about the show. Next week we have a meet and greet. We had a virtual meet and greet, like a virtual meet and greet a few months ago. It was a success. We're going to have another virtual meet and greet next weekend. I'll be sending out more information about that. That was something I need to tell everyone about. It's $10. No, 20. Yeah, 10, 20. Oh, it's $20, but 50% off for Tim Black Wolfpack. So try to give incentives for the Wolfpack people. Try to do things for the Wolfpack people. It was pretty cool. Some of you attended. Some of you may not have been able to, but I'm going to text. If you want more information as well, text the word cornbread to code 2100 on your smartphone to join our VIP text list, and you get updates on all this stuff. Or you can join us on Patreon, and you'll get a post as well. Facebook people. Omar Williams says, what politician is easier to control, Trump or Biden? Woo! See, that's a tricky question. You know what? I believe that Biden's easier to control, but only if you have the media. And if you're relying on corporate media, they're not going to report it. They're not going to report it. But that's when, if Biden becomes president, let's say Biden wins, I'm telling you, the onus will be on independent media to be the catalyst to hold them accountable. That's going to be the only, when people talk about controlling Biden, fighting Biden, you've heard this talk. A couple of the gentlemen that I interviewed this week has said similar things. The only way that's applicable, that even works, in my opinion, my humble opinion, is if pressure is able to be applied to Joe Biden. And that's not going to happen via MSNBC, CNN, ABC, CBS. It's only going to happen by any significant way, and any significant way that matters, through us. So that would be our job, Johnson. And some of us really like money. So I don't create no more enemies. I got enough people who don't like me. I have enough people talking bad about a brother. But that's truly how I feel about it. Ask not what your country would do for you, what will you do for your country? Ask not what will you do for media, what will you do for the people? Ask not what you would do to make more money, but what you are willing to do for the people, because your money, you can't spend it, baby, if there is no country. You can't spend it if we're in a perpetual police state. So let's do what we need to do. Dr. Cornel West, he said, it's all about what you do before the worms get you. I believe it. Kyle says, a house divided cannot stand, but a house that plays both sides always wins. Once Biden enters the White House, progressives won't be able to pressure him. The only way we pressure him is, as I explained, Rahul, and that's my opinion, sir. And that would take a lot of forces pushing, to elevate messages. A lot of messaging. And maybe that's why Nina Turner said that's the way that she sees the move forward for the movement. The movement to move forward is going to need a base, a media base. Because once Nina Turner, or once Cory Bush, or once any of these entities, any of these people, forward thinkers, progressive thinkers, start Jamal Bowman, Isaiah James, any of these people, Derek Hamilton, Dr. Dirty, anybody, anyone starts voicing opinions that are unfavorable to the elites, that's when their voices get smothered, right? So the only way to combat that is to have alternative platforms. It's the only way, Johnson. I get everybody. That makes sense, guys. That makes sense. Am I on my right stuff? Am I on point? Is that making sense to everybody? It's just my opinion, folks, and I believe in it. And it's honestly how I feel. I'll tell you one thing about this show and one thing about me if you don't know, because there are people who are new. Sometimes I assume everybody's been around forever. Okay, you may disagree with me, but I'm never lying to you. I could be wrong about something. I may have a different opinion from you, but I'm never being paid to lie to you or misinform you, okay? There is a huge difference. I'm never deciding my point of view based on analytics. Now, I'm just going to leave that out there. I'm only speaking for myself. So, and you know, and hopefully you respect that, you know, and if you don't, there's nothing I can do about that. I got to be me. I got to do it my way. I had a corporate job. I was in that world. I was doing stuff to keep my job and, you know, it's been years. And that's not the way I want to live my life. So just imagine you finally get an opportunity to be true to yourself. Are you going to throw that away because you can have a nicer shirt or, you know, or a nicer car or whatever? Are you going to throw that away? That freedom of expression? So anyway, back to the point, guys. I got your back. We all we have. We all we got. And let's continue to have each other's backs. If you are upset, I understand it, and I feel your pain. I'm upset too. Don't be worried. Get mobilized. All right. Number love for you. I'm Tim Black. Follow me at Real Tim Black on Facebook and Twitter. Tim Black and Night on Instagram. We'll get this all hammered out. We will. I'll get somebody on the phone. They'll walk me through some stuff. We'll try different things to get the phone lines back up in order. It's just buy new hardware. Stuff happens. We did. We made the purchase we needed to make. Just so anybody knows, maybe someone knows this. Let me grab the mixer box. Okay, so this is the new mixer that I purchased. Make sure people can see that, see? That's the new mixer. Okay, so anybody who has experience with that mixer and what the settings may be, let me, you know, ask for help through my Wolfpack. You know, a lot of people watch the show. Maybe you set one of these up, you configure it. Maybe you've done your own show and you know what needs to happen and you can walk me through it. You can create a diagram. Tom Zito, my brother, maybe Tom Zito knows or someone else knows. So let me just put that out there. That's the mixer that I have, and that's what I'm trying to configure for the phone calls and for. So I was able to dial in. I could hear them coming in. They couldn't hear me going out. But yeah. All right, folks. I will check you on the next one. Thank you once again for being here. I'll see you tomorrow. New videos will be released to the channel all weekend. A new video is going up tomorrow, definitely. A long-form video about an hour. Each video is an hour. These interviews are an hour long at least. So be tuned in for that. We don't take weekends off here. We work hard here. So thank you for supporting this show. Thank you for being here. Remember, don't let nobody take your cornbread. Speaking truth to power is a full-time job. All right. Yeah, that's it. That's it. We check comments one last time. I hate when people's I miss people's comments. I don't know. Thank you, Violet. Thank you, Violet, at Content Boutique. I appreciate you, the Squad Plus One. Stay safe yourself, Father Possum. Oh, God, Father Possum, what is this guy? Why do we have to have such anger, man? You know, there are people that believe that Bernie would have made a difference. You cannot fault people for feeling that way. Do you realize, to me, a person who doesn't accept, I accept that people feel different ways about different events. But if you can't wrap your head around we're in a bad situation and people wish it were different, you can't wrap your head around that, you don't have compassion for that, you need to leave. Seriously. If you don't understand that. Because that means you are not smart enough or compassionate enough yourself. Something's got you so bitter. Maybe you are bitter because you're pissed off about things yourself, which I understand. But let's try to articulate it with a little bit of understanding and love for others, because we are all we got. We're a community here. I know other people, other channels, I don't care about. This is what we do here. So we try to, we want to foster an air of community and support one another. Don't just tell people, shut up. Who are you? Anyway, all right, that's it. Tim, don't. Heavy Davy D, what's up, man? Thank you, Heavy Davy D. Davy D, I appreciate that, man. Now, I like to play on that too. Yeah, but we try to grow a community here, and it's a little bit different. And you know what? I'm not even going to block that gentleman, and I call him gentleman because his father Possum. I'm not going to block him Johnson, because people sometimes are in culture shock, man. You come to the Tim Black Show and you holler at the Tim Black Wolf Pack, and you surrounded with people with a different mentality. Sometimes you got to kind of, warm up to it, and sometimes you got to slowly adapt to it. So I don't want to be too quick on the trigger with people who are just used to different interactions on the internet. But we do truly believe we actually are a community. We actually have our own squad, Johnson. So become a Johnson. And, yeah. You're one of the Johnsons. That's it. We carrying signs. Thank you. Thank you, Diana M16. Thank you, Sign of the Times. Father Possum says somebody was slandering Bernie Sanders. Thank you, Father Possum. Well, you know what, Father Possum, I'm so glad. See, that's what I get for peeping in. You're doing the thing I was encouraging others to do. You're already doing it. So thank you, Father Possum, for being patient with me, right, and realizing that I just read the comment wrong. Thank you, Possum. I appreciate that. And see, I give people a break, and sometimes people give me a break. You know what I'm saying? And I know sometimes I'm not as patient, but sometimes it's like a lot, but I try, man. I try. Shout out to all my usual callers who would normally have called up tonight. I want to say I apologize for the inconvenience. I know you wanted to talk, Kara and Alex from Berkeley. I saw someone posted that you were in the comment section. A lot of my other callers as well. We've been on a roll. We're going to be back on that roll very soon. We have what we need. We just got to get set up. The hard part is buying the equipment, right? The rest takes patience and expertise. But at least we were able to raise the money to get some of the equipment, right? Always got to look at the bright side. I'm out of here. I love you. I'll see you on the next one. Till then, Wolfpack. I don't even know if this thing's working. Testing 1 2, ladies and gentlemen. Testing 1 2.